Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Satisfactory to kick off the week. We also have a new episode of the Spawn Chunks podcast out. That's all about Minecraft, and there's a new snapshot out for Minecraft today as well. 25W16A, where they changed the way that leads work, and you can actually do 4 leads on a ghast and hang something below it. So it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to talk about next week on the show, but for now, the episode is all about a Minecraft movie. Johnny and I get into the details, spoilers. Not that there's a lot to spoil, but we have both seen the movie, so we were able to talk about it back and forth, some of our favorite moments, some of the cool references that we clocked, that kind of thing. So check that out. That's at thespawnchunks.com or your favorite podcasting app. It's also available on YouTube. Just look for the thumbnail with Johnny replacing me as a creeper, and you'll be able to find it. No problem. If you want to continue on with other things here on the channel, you can also check out Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. And that's where I post all the VODs from Satisfactory, Minecraft. We played Minecraft on Saturday. So all that stuff is currently up to date. So the YouTube VODs are all over at Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. SweetSandi, good to see you. Toasted Jam, welcome back. Let's load up the game. So last Friday, we finished up the thermal propulsion rockets, and we were manually making some, I was going to say nuclear, but it's nuki pasta, which is a member of our community named it last week. The nuki pasta. We are manually feeding in copper powder to a particle accelerator. I don't remember all the names. So all of these guys are making turbo motors. And then these guys are making thermal propulsion rockets. We might even have enough of those to dump into the space elevator. We needed 250. We have 200. So very shortly we shall have 250. And then the particle accelerator over here, we have not quite half of the nuclear pasta that we need. And we should probably see if we have more powder. So while we're waiting for those two to, I guess, be brought up, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with these once they fill up. So we need to figure out what's going to happen with the export of these. I would imagine we should put them back onto the main bus. I don't know what they might be used for because we can't see that far ahead. I could look it up, I guess, in the wiki to see if there's anything they're used for. Which I guess we could do now. But we can't see into tier 9 to know what's up. I think we do need them for something. Yeah, they're part of a ballistic warp drive. There. MindTripMedia, thanks for the 100 bits and the lurk. Appreciate it. So I guess we could just bring them down in this space. We had everything kind of coming in on the left-hand side. We can maybe have things go out on the right-hand side. I think we can find room right there. That is coming all the way from over there. Honestly, it might be better to take it down through here, although that's the edge of the base. So we're a little tight there. This might be the better spot. And then we just have to go down far enough that we can get underneath this stuff. And I guess at this point I should probably put in some sort of walls along here then. I don't want to block it all off. So I'll put in a couple of gate walls too. I think that's pretty flat. So at this point, we need to get this onto the main bus. But it's only like 2 products a minute. May I ask what Satisfactory is about? Satisfactory is about you, the pioneer. That's me. Pioneer. Who has been instructed... Oh, we've got a lot of really cool stuff on our helmet. That looks like it's rendering in very wrong. Never mind. Not so cool. We look a little off. We are tasked with project assembly, which is that. Our goal is to construct that, and we are sending parts up there via the space elevator, which you can see in the distance there. Right? So at the base of that is where we input items to go up. And in the top right-hand corner, you can see we are in phase 4, and we are working on the thermal propulsion rockets and the nuclear pasta. And so you collect items and minerals and stuff from nodes, and you turn it into parts. And you turn those parts into other parts and combine them into parts, and that's why it's so complicated with all the belts. When you first start out, though, it's pretty straightforward. Iron plates make iron rods, copper makes wire, that kind of stuff. So you find resources, you collect them, you balance them, manage them, have to power everything. And then eventually it gets into really cool stuff like moving things around the map on trains, belts, elevators, that kind of stuff. They start you off very slow though, so if it feels overwhelming, then you can usually kind of build up to it gradually. So it looks like we're going to go here. We are probably going to change this to be connected over this way. So we'll probably end up doing a merger here. But we'll have to change that eventually. That's temporary. You can do some pretty quick curves, which is nice. So that will eventually be the output for our thermal propulsion rockets. Almost there. And ideally you want things to be automated. Right now we're dealing with a lot of manual stuff because we're trying to push these parts through. Now we're about halfway on those. Nice. All right, so this is going to come down through here. And we've got to get this onto the main bus. And I'm crisscrossing a lot here. Guess we'll go down. Actually, probably go up to here. I didn't realize you can get such tight angles with the new curved option. It's really cool. And this just needs to go on any lane. I feel like we can just grab this one. There's lots of room. Just go up from there. Okay, so that will go on lane 3rd from the top. So I think it's 27. If you're new to the game, having some sort of spreadsheet really does help. We're going to go with... I believe we're doing 2 per minute. We'll double check that. Oh, I haven't opened up my Satisfactory modeler. So this might be a little bit overwhelming for anybody that's new to the game, but you can see this is the unit that we've been working with today, and it's the 2 thermal propulsion rockets per minute. But if we go all the way back here, you can see how very simple it starts off, right? You get, here's a good example. Iron ore, which I think a lot of people are familiar with in building games. Minecraft has it, that kind of stuff. You smelt that iron ore into ingots, and you turn the ingots into plates, and then like you combine wire and plates to make stitched iron plates. So that's a really good example of like just how basic it starts off. And then after a while, it starts to get complicated because then you have to make smart plating, and that gets turned into modular engines, and then that gets turned into the thermal propulsion rockets. So like it's a long tree, but it always starts off pretty straightforward. Okay, so that means that those are good to go. Once we have our 250. I should probably put some lights in here. I'm going to put a sign on this too. On the side, I guess. There we go. Two more. We're almost there. And we'll go dump those off. Well, what I'll probably do is I'll put them up in my dimensional depot. Hey, there's Lo. How's it going? Did you get my DM? I sent you a DM on Discord. Grumpa, good to see you, of course. Always good to see the regulars. Waiting a long time. It's gonna be like 2 minutes. Never mind. We're not standing there waiting for that. Oh, sweet. Good. Oh, this should be done today. So that's good. We're still not gonna. I don't know how we're gonna make the other stuff. Assembly director system. So I have to make adaptive control units, which means I need a lot more plastic, and I'm gonna need supercomputers, which again is more plastic. So we need like a proper plastic factory. I need to figure out whether it's going to be better to bring the oil packaged back here or whether it's going to be better to build the thing on site. I feel like it could be better to build it on site. I don't know. And there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 250. Should be able to put that in here, I think. I'm not sure what the stacks will be. Oh, it's only going to do me 150 up there. That's okay. I need to increase the stack size, I think, in our dimensional depot. What's that going to cost me? Mercer spheres, but I don't think I have enough. Duggan, I'm currently fighting with my coding AI tool. Heard the beginning of render distance earlier. Oh, look. I had a really rough go this morning with ChatGPT. Like, something I find really frustrating, and I think it's because the models are designed to try to please you, the user, is that they jump to an end solution and present it like, here is the solution to your problem, when it's wrong. Like, so many times I had to tell ChatGPT I was trying to do something in Replit, and I had to tell it, no, that icon doesn't exist in Replit. That menu doesn't exist in Replit. I don't know why you're telling me to do this in Replit when it's not possible in Replit. So like, I don't know where ChatGPT is getting the information. And then you tell it that doesn't exist, and it goes, oh, yes, you're right. I'm sorry. This is how you do it. And it's wrong again. It's like, well, like, why are you not taking the time? Even when I said, look, check out get an up-to-date UI like information about Replit and tell me where to go. You know, I then had to tell it, no, the icon looks like this. It's called this. This is where the thing is. For the rest of this project conversation, this is where those tools are. So refer to it as such, you know, like it was so frustrating. And then I found out that the API that I was using for ChatGPT from OpenAI, the free AI or API has a limit on it. And once you pass the limit, that's it. So like, I was just trying to make a little workout log app for myself. And in the testing process, apparently, I ran into a limit. So like, I don't think I'm going to be using ChatGPT to parse the language for my text file. I think I'm going to have to go with another model that has a better free tier. Like, so I'm going to look at Claude and see what that's like. Also, Google Gemini 2.5, I think, or 3.5, 2.5 just came out. And I mean, I'm using Google Sheets as a database, so maybe Gemini is the way to go. I just find it so convoluted. Like, all I'm trying to do is link maybe like 2 or 3 different apps together, like a note file, a Google Sheets for a database, and then an output from App Sheets to show like average weights and like my progress in the gym. You know, it's not complicated. Expansion, stack increase. I don't care about the rate. So 151 of those and 13 Mercer spheres. I don't think we have that many. No, I've got 0 Mercer spheres. 0 Mercer spheres. That sucks. We have to go look for more of those. I should just drop in the 151. SAM fluctuators. Oh. It's not, I can't drop it and I have to do it all at once. Okay. Models can sometimes be crap. For standard software like Word, browsers, etc., the knowledge is quite good, but for more specialized software, it often invents stuff. Yeah, they call it hallucination, right? Yeah, it's been frustrating. Because the thing is, like, Replic's a web app. Like, the information is all on the web. You know, like, you don't need to own the software to know where the menus would be, and there's documentation available out there too. So, like, I'm not sure where ChatGPT is going. Like, is it going to Reddit and getting information? Because, like, it feels like a conversation I would have with Reddit. Like, if I went to Google how to write an app to track your workouts, I would ultimately find, or how to, like, you know, how to use ChatGPT and Google Sheets to track your workouts. And ultimately, I would find a Reddit post of someone saying, like, just code it in Python. And you're just kind of like, but I don't know Python. And the whole idea behind this exercise is to not code anything, like, is to utilize the AI and see what's going on. Oh, by the way, I just saw this happen. I know what's going on with the machines pausing. It's a combination of the whatchamacallit, switches, the power switches. So power switches and the hover pack. Apparently the hover pack is one of the things that causes it. So my hover pack will pull from the machine. I don't know if it's going to stay at 98 or not. But the hover pack is constantly pulling from power around the base. And so that's why when it does that, it causes the machines to stutter. Apparently, that's what the QA site said. Lowe says those models are trained with a specific information, often can't access the live information on the web. Right. I'm really curious about AI agents. I'm really curious to see what that's going to look like. I know it's brand new, and it's above my pay grade. I only barely understand what they are. I saw a really good explanation the other day in an interview with, I think it was the folks at Agentic behind Claude. They were saying that the definition of a good definition of an AI agent is an AI that will kind of like check itself on the task without asking you how many times. Like, it will automatically test itself until it has a desired result, a result that meets the criteria of the original prompt, rather than like you saying, write something in ChatGPT, send it to Claude to proofread it, put that back into ChatGPT and output a final output. Like, that's not an agent. The agent has to go ahead and make decisions, I guess. Okay, so we can actually hook this up now. That is now the thermal propulsion rockets going out the main bus. Use a tool that does that, it's paid. Yeah, that was the other thing I kept on running into. And the thing that was really frustrating is that ChatGPT would be telling me, oh, just do this, just do that, just do that, just set this up. And then we'd run into the fact that, like, oh, that's not possible with the free tier of Zapier or Pipedream or whatever. It's like, well, why didn't you lead with that? We've been over this a couple of times now that I want to use a free tier. It's just a workout log. Like, I mean, I can and could do all of this manually on my own. I just don't want to. Like, the idea behind this was for me to learn how to do something like this and to have it be something that could be practical. I should talk about this in the AI chat in the Discord, but essentially what I wanted to do, I record my workout logs in a note file. And at the end of every week, I copied over to a pen and paper book, and then I delete the contents of the note file and I start over again. And it allows me to just like quickly log stuff at the gym and then keep track of it. So then back when I was looking into doing this, the steps were read the natural language of the note file so I don't have to change the way that I format my workouts because I'm used to doing it and I like it. Send that into something that will parse the natural language and turn that into spreadsheet data. So exercise, weight, and then set 1, set 2, set 3. And then I think the date was the only other thing. And then from there, take that spreadsheet and put it into an app sheet and just output the data. Now that seemed pretty straightforward. App sheets and Google Sheets work really well together because I think app sheet is a Google product. And so, but the bottleneck I continue to run into is how difficult it is to get something to read a note app. So Apple Notes is closed. Found that out halfway through working on this thing. You can't use Apple Notes. And then I started using Notion. And Notion has an API and has all those different tricks. But then I can't seem to get something to just easily link to Notion. Like you can't just output from Notion into ChatGPT or anything like that. So it got a lot more complicated than it really needed to be. And I don't know how to write code, but I can sort of read code because I've done enough behind the scenes with Minecraft and JavaScripting that I can kind of like pick out certain things. Okay, so we've got that going. I think what I need to do now is I think we might want to sort out the main bus because it's getting more complicated and it's getting messy. I started to kind of like figure out where the next floor would be here. And I think one of the things I need to do is remove all of this. I got rid of the train track that was back here. I'm gonna run into space. Eventually this tower needs to go too. we might be at the point where I have to start doing some setup for my eventual storage room. I don't know if I need those. To put those with the aluminum. That should give us enough room. I think you were thinking it way too complicated, says Lo. Your problem should be pretty straightforward. I will give you some thought. I'll give it some thought. I have a long trade line on Thursday. Absolutely. I need to put it into that AI chat in our Discord and just kind of get some feedback on it. I was approaching it very simply. I feel like because I don't know how to do this, and because I'm using AI as a guide, it's the AI that's making it more complicated than it needs to be. I really feel like it runs me in circles. And which has been one of the really big frustrations with it. So I think I need to connect this in a different way. We... guess I could just bring this down this way. At least for now. Don't remember what the length is on these. I think it's 12. And that is not in the middle. At least we can use the new hypertube components. So I'd say one left of center. And we've got auto 2D, noodle, horizontal to vertical, and curve. Noodle still looks like it might be the best way to go. Now here, instead of an entrance and an exit, in this way, we can add the new ports. I'm not sure why it was automatically giving me an angle there. That was weird. So if we wanted to get off down here, we would put in... we'd probably want to get off somewhere around here, I guess. So we would grab... branch. Right, so that's where we would get out if we wanted to. But if we got in, it would send us that way. And so to get in and head the other way, we'd have to have a different one going in a different direction. One's in the middle. I think this is how this works. Right, in we go, and off we go. Great. Want to turn around, and then exit, or continue straight. Why did it send me? That was weird. There's the exit. I want to continue straight. Don't send me up. Continue straight. Oh, it's weird. Why does it do that? That's not good. Huh. I don't like that at all. SimRian says, I think they need a handed version of the T-junction. What do you mean handed version? And SimRian, thanks very much for the sub. Cheers. Sorry, I missed that a second ago. 19 months. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Lo, one of the options that ChatGPT gave me was for me to copy and paste the data from my notes app into ChatGPT, which I totally could do, but like it was against the mission of the project, you know, the learning mission. So that sends us on the right direction. We can get off, no problem. I don't like how this I don't know why when you're traveling in this direction you get caught up on that. I wonder if it's momentum. Let's just go back up to the top. And we'll see if we're coming down at speed, if it slows us down. I haven't messed around with the new Hypertube stuff at all, so this is kind of fun. So we're going straight. So it's a visual thing. I don't think it really slowed us down. Hopefully they fix that. You've managed to get a reversed arrangement? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I think that's how it works as intentional. I don't want a junction. I want like a entrance and exit. I wanted to avoid having to like time myself to get it Well, it's not mirrored. If you went in this way, you're not going to go that direction, right? Like in order to go that direction, the angle of this has to go that way, right? You can't enter in on this and head in that direction. We could if they had, like what you said, like a T-junction, where you could go, well, I guess I could have one exit. I could have a, what is it called? I could have this here like that. We'd have to have 3 of them though, right? There'd be one there. I could have one. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. I could have one hypertube entrance with a junction, right? But then I'd have to be able to choose which direction I want to go in a very short amount of time. And I don't think you can be fast enough for that. I was aiming at cutting my entrances and exits down factories to 1. Oh, I see. Yeah, I just want to eliminate the little jumpy bits where we have to like... I have to be present at the keyboard to make it to the next junction. Whereas with this, if I know if I'm going to the end of the line, I can just continue on, right? And I need to go check. I want copper powder. $67. 0 T666. How are you? You just missed my crash and burn conversation about ChatGPT and my problem. You solved the arrangement there for through it. Oh, yeah, SimRen, I'm glad I can help. Don't know if I was doing it on purpose, but I'm glad I can help. So this should be a little bit more direct now. And I like that it gives you like a little chime to let you know you've got something coming up. Yeah, I don't think we slowed down there. I think it's just a visual grossness. What I would like to have along here is a accelerator, because I'd like to go faster than this. I think we maybe lose the acceleration from the drop. Right, so here's a spot where I would want to have like an exit, I think. So what we could do here is yeah, so we'll do one of these guys. Yeah, you can connect them up too, by the way. I guess to rotate them, you have to actually have the existing hypertube. See, here's the problem that we have, is that everything I have has got one of these somewhere, and it causes all kinds of problems. But everything beyond that circuit, it's just really hard to get accurate readings on. Because there's a bug. with how machines behave when they're attached to a power switch. But I've got power switches like all along here. I don't even know why this is here. Alright, let's say we want to send some stuff out that way. So now that we've got an actual tube here, we can just put one of these guys on it. And I'll just do the same thing. And then... so this would be the other way to do this. Can I put a hyper entrance directly on this? Entrance. I can. Sweet. Noodle, vertical, curve. Let's do curve. Oh. So we need longer to choose the direction? See, that's the problem. So this needs a much longer lead in. Gotta be fast, but doable. And if you make a mistake, you can try to correct it. Yeah, there's enough time to press the button a couple times. I think that's good. Okay. You can turn them around like pumps on pipes? Yeah. If you had enough space and you had enough of the Y junctions, you could give yourself a roundabout where you could just kind of like continue to go around in a circle. I think. It might be more of a hexagon shape. Seeing as it's nighttime though, I'm going to grab my first break. If you're new to the channel, folks, I take a break about once an hour. Gives me a chance to grab another cup of coffee. You can grab a snack, grab a friend, and we'll be back in a few minutes. But yeah, that's really jarring. I wish that wouldn't do that. Roundabout is what they showcased in the teaser. Yes, I think you're right. The cool thing is your roundabout doesn't have to be flat. You could, if you wanted to, you could have the roundabout be vertical, like a Ferris wheel. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, folks. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Lo, thanks very much. Yeah, I will also post in the Discord and kind of outline what I wanted to do. Simrian, the link in chat is not supposed to take you to the Discord. It is supposed to take you to that link, which is the article about how to connect to Discord and Twitch. It's not a public Discord, so I don't have a link to it anywhere. In order to join the Discord, you have to either be a member of the Patreon or, like you, be a subscriber here on Twitch. Once you do that, and you connected your Twitch and your Discord on your side, then the Joel Duggan Discord should come up in your Connections tab in your Options in Discord. I'll dig through my ChatGPT history, Lo, and I'll try to put the summary of what I had set out to do in there. Is there an easy way, out of curiosity, to share ChatGPT conversations without like copying and pasting the whole thing? I mean, it'll be embarrassing because like I went back and forth, I'm sure, asking a bunch of embarrassing questions and stuff. Simran, if you go into your Discord, once you've connected your Discord account and Twitch, just like it says in the instructions in the link, then you go into Discord and you go into your Discord options and then look for connections. I'll double check to make sure I'm sending you in the right spot. Yeah. In Discord, you click on the little cog at the bottom by your name. And then under the Connections tab, the Joel Duggan Discord should show up. In the menu bar on the left, you can share via the menu behind 3 dots next to the conversation name. Okay, cool. Yes, Sandy, that's right. It also does sometimes take a little bit of time to get the connection between Twitch and Discord set up. Although Simrian should have already had that set up, right? Because they've been a member before. I didn't check to see how many we had. Probably only 60 or 70. Have you, I know you've been sub for a long time, but have you ever connected the two together? I should change this over to a dimensional depot, even though I don't have one handy. I need more Mercer's feelers. Yeah, give it about 10 or 20 minutes from when you first signed up. Alright, so here's what I want to do here. I maybe want to have one more exit. here. I guess I should be doing this closer to a power pole, shouldn't I? So I can get off there and I can get on there, and then I could also do it here. But after that, what I want is some acceleration. So entrance, entrance, entrance. This is only going to work in one way, though. Never mind. I can't do this on one line. That's too bad. I was hoping there was going to be a way to make it faster. I know I could put up a loop. I could put in like a accelerator loop, but that's more than I want to really do. I guess we could have, like, instead of these things being destinations, there could be like a manual exit to increase your speed loop, I guess. This is the other part where we've got an unnecessary brake that doesn't necessarily, you know, that this was to allow me to get off here if I needed to, but then also gravity helps us with the acceleration here. But I don't think we need that anymore. So here's a really good example of where I think we could probably use a Y junction. And just put it up. So we'll have, yeah, we'll have like a Y. Hold on. So we grab this. coming in from the left. We'll go one of two ways. Careful not to unplug my machine. I guess what we really need here is a straightaway with one exit, right? Just like we did up there. Yeah, so we'll just do that again here. Grab these two pieces. And then we just have to have the exit over here. I see what people mean about wanting these to be something that snaps. I'd like them to be able to snap to different corridors as well. There we go. Gotta be quick. Here's another example. So we are going to go in a curve. Nice curve around the bend. I like that. And then we just need an exit here. And this can just be a straight up entrance. And then to get back on, we'll just do the same thing. Guess it has to be on a straighter piece. That makes sense. So if we wanted to go back, well, that is weird. I don't think that that's how that's supposed to operate. Yeah, that's really clunky. I should exit to the right. Huh. Maybe they need more of a lead up. No, it still slows you down. That's dumb. Oh, there's something screwy going on there. See, that's how I think it's supposed to work. I wonder if it's because we put it on a curve, right? That section that I put it was technically it was curved, but it was a straight part of the curve. I'm okay with all that down there. And I don't want to get into messing around with this, but this should at least streamline going back a little bit now. We're probably still going to get hung up here. Oh no. Okay. A square curve? Yeah. Or like a round square. Don't forget about hexagonal triangles. Like, those are the worst. Simran says, well, you're a genius, sir. I wouldn't go that far. I didn't appreciate that you could flip the T-junctions. But now that I have a solution for my through route for my entire Hypertube network, I can't speak today. That's awesome. I don't think they're called... Are they called T-junctions? I haven't actually looked at what these things are called. Straight crinkles? Like crinkle fries. Now I'm hungry. It's your fault, Sandy. 0T666. Try to keep up. So I'm wondering if every time my hover pack pulls electricity from the grid because of the power nodes, if it's screwing around with oh, there's a hole. There's a hole. It's a hole in the bottom of the Hypertube. And this is why we have these. Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to happen. That just feels very strange. Like, we selected not to go up, and it still kind of sent us up. Odd. I wonder if it's a vertical thing, Like if I put it horizontal, I wonder if it would have the same problem. It's a bunch of testing that I don't necessarily want to do live. What we do want to do though is grab more copper powder. Once we get to 100, we're going to go on a little road trip. And we're going to send this stuff up. Well, it won't send until we have the other pieces, but... $87. We need 13 more, and this is making 1 per minute. Hey Siri, set a timer for 13 minutes. Hopefully that did not set up everybody else's timer. I think the horizontal... What? No, I meant the orientation of the hypertube branch. If the hypertube branch is facing up, it seems to get caught. I think I've got some out here. So the one that we did out back, this is facing up like that. But it doesn't seem to be a problem if it's sideways like that. These are ugly anyway. I need to remove those. Oh, and they delete the... That's not cool. I don't like that. Now these currently sending me places I don't necessarily want to go. That's okay. This one is kind of redundant. One less thing to worry about when we're renovating this area. I'll remove this. And I think I might even take this, put it up a little bit higher. They still haven't fixed that. It looks like it's a hole. It's annoying. Just a flat piece. I wonder if we do something fun there with a sign. $2 meter, 1 meter, 3 meter. Well, it's on there now. Horizontal does mean sideways. All right, so now when we have all these ready, we can kind of think about what we're going to do next. So the next two things are adaptive control units. It's these and these are a way off because we have to do... Oh, right. Electromagnetic control rods. There's no nuclear there. That's just stators and AI limiters. AI limiters, I think, quick-wire?
I would have done it differently.
So the only recipe we have is quick-wire, but I want to look up to see if there is an alternate recipe. Quick-wire and plastic. I don't know which I would want to use. We're going to need to make a big rubber and plastic factory anyway. So I'll need the quick wire. I don't know whether it's worth belting the quick wire up here or not. Because I've got Caterium. Right, there's stairs there. And that is probably going to be a ceiling here. We're still getting this stalling out for concrete. That should not be happening. We should have plenty. I wonder if this is just not getting enough because of the divide? So this is only a 94. Why are you only at 74%? 160. Are we not outputting enough? There's a bottleneck somewhere. Does this give an accurate number with the summer sloop in it? Yes. 160. That's 320. 480. Oh, and 85. Oh no, that's a Mark V. I thought for a second we had a small belt here. Splitter. Splitter. Merger. Lucid Wolf, hello, welcome in. Yes, the most efficient way to transport Caterium is as ingots. I have a Caterium node right next to the base, though. So there's the train station, and there's the Caterium node. So it might be better to bring it in as ore from there, but it would take up the belt space. How am I liking the face cam? You haven't had a chance to tune in recently. I've gotten used to it. It took a while. I still forget sometimes to look at it, but my streams are so chill that if I wasn't doing video for the Spawn Chunks podcast, I might not have picked up a face cam. But it was kind of like a win-win. And I'm well, thanks. Yeah, we're just kind of working through these last little bits, trying to figure out what our next moves are. I find that I'm at a bottleneck where like I really need stuff from tier 9 and I can't get into tier 9 yet. That seems to be the problem. And I think my biggest lapse is that I did not my plastic and rubber is, hey, that's pretty good. My timer just went off. My plastic and rubber is a byproduct of my power factory, and we've kind of hit the limit of what we can do with it now. And so in order to make a new plastic and rubber pipeline, it's a huge undertaking at this level of the game, because like if you're going to do it, you might as well do like a decent size one. So I don't think we need any more of this. I'll grab the last of that when we turn it off. What did I do with the other back up the top, I think. So there's our 100 nuclear pasta. And I've got the other stuff here. Yeah. Plus, I think there was 150. Yeah, so that's the 250. I'm just going to clean up the inventory a little bit. I might have to make a temporary storage solution. So now we have to travel all the way back to the space elevator, and that is going to be way down the other end. Of this end of the map. Yeah, the stickers are fun. Stickers are fun. I've also switched over to using StreamerBot. Not that I've switched, I've added StreamerBot, I guess, in addition to Nightbot.
Here we can observe how Joel, once again in a game, has inventory issues.
Thank you for the sticker, SweetSandi. Appreciate it. Hopefully, there's still gas in the cars. Because we have a bit of a drive. Oh, we are definitely taking the red one. Uh-oh. When you can't interact with stuff, save the game. Oh, we got gas. Okay. The only reason I have not removed this road is because I still need it from time to time. Whoa. These things got harder to drive. They still haven't smoothed this out, you know? It still glitches and bounces around. You'd think after all this time they would have sorted this out. Like on Foundations it still kind of stutters. Not up and down, but I find like it's going like a... It's got like a forward stutter to it. Oh, an abandoned buggy. So this is the original starter base for this area. Way back before I ever decided to do Transformer themes, anything like that. Our frames are tanking. I guess the foliage is a real problem. Just showing off my sweet drifting skills? Well, if it was intentional, sure. See if I can remember how to do a handbrake turn. I don't know if I can. I think it's shift. Nope, I guess I can't. Is it spacebar? How do you do a... Huh. I forget how to do a handbrake turn. Welcome to the original smorgasbord, and it's all miscolored now because we combined the same. What a mess. Is there a hypertube up? I guess it was down there. This is the space elevator. We have to move this eventually. Complete. I'm gonna grab more rockets. So we need magnetic field generators and assembly director systems. Not an entrance. Oh, that's where that is. Okay. Don't think there's anything else here. I think all of my other Mercer Sphere stuff is back at the base. Oh, I need to go up one more. How do I go up one more? It's been a minute since I've been here. Oh, I see. Outside. So once upon a time, none of this stuff was important. But now, if I've got Mercer spheres here, that's going to come in handy. I could have sworn I had stuff here, but maybe I don't. I don't think there's anything special down here. I'll check the one other outpost we have just in case. I hear something, but it's probably a slug. Man, this place is so dense. Give you guys a better look. We've got copper in that building, water and coal for power, which is obviously not working. Screws and rods, plates. And then this is all screws. The oil production is all over there. That's rubber as well. And then computers and heavy modular frames are over there. And that was the whole starter factory. And I think eventually I'm going to tear it out, because we're probably going to want the resources here. Is there a cave in that area with the immersive sphere? Yeah, I'm not sure how to get into the cave. Uh-oh. Well, that was weird. Huh. Alright, well, we will check the spot on the way home. To see if there's any other stuff. Because every once in a while you just kind of like empty out your inventory and like store special things in a chest and forget about it. I'm seeing lots of slugs. So that's all Caterium there on my left, but it's all being refined. That was a weird noise. Obviously all overgrown from the update. Does not look like I have any chests here. Feel like I'm having a little bit of deja vu where I probably cleaned all this up. Yeah. Does not look like I have any storage here. This is too bad because this was a really cool setup, but it's no longer the best way to handle all this copper, so we're going to do something different. Alright, was worth a shot. We'll try the train station too. It's going to be nice to get all this crap out of here too. Looks like I cleaned up in here as well. Yep. I will grab the free slug though. Now that you see your starter factory, I don't feel so bad about my current state. Oh yeah, no, the learning curve in this game was steep. My first save was trash. This is the second one I started. And even then, the starter base was not great. It was better than better than I expected. But I didn't have a theme. And then when I decided on a theme, I really felt like I had sort of wasted my my starter factory. But I think now that I know what I'm doing, I feel like we can do a lot better. Can I fit through here? Oh, I can. Thread the needle. One more place to check. No chests over here. This is going to look so much better without all this temporary road in the way. Megatron, thanks for the follow.
Perhaps you enjoy the challenge of blindly stumbling through tasks in low visibility. Try not to walk off a cliff. Replacing pioneers is inconvenient.
Thank you for the break reminder, Sandy. Lucid Warm, that's one of the new streamer bot features. It's audio cues from the mods. I guess these don't have headlights anymore? be? Oh, it's coming on. It's just not doing anything. That's weird. Huh. This should be able to get us back to the break train pretty fast. See, like this feels more thematic, right? Although weirdly, I've hidden the coolest feature behind a track, so I feel like I need to change this hypertube from being down the center. All right, folks, once again, time for a short break. Need to reheat my coffee, and you can grab a friend, grab a snack. We'll be back in about 5 or 7 minutes. so now that we're back, we have to figure out... Well, we got to stop all the copper powder production, which I forgot to do before I got on the train. Which means we'll get one Mercer sphere back. So all of this we don't need to worry about. I might as well keep the powder in the depot in case I need it for whatever reason. It's not like it's gonna take any extra space. Yeah. Get our summer sloop back too. You had to check when the Megatron was built. The power tower was built in 2022. Yep. That's about right. I think we built it just after we did the Metroplex build. That's no longer there. I really wish that was still there. We did not combine those saves. I just realized I left my coffee in the other room. Give me 1 second. I feel like I might be able to do nested scenes or something in OBS where like I could do like a be right back for just the camera. Or I could just, I guess I could hide the space or put like a little black screen or something on it. He's an empty canister. Ah, that'll do. I guess. Probably good. I've been using my iPad Pro a lot more lately. Low. I really quite like it. That's how I was doing all my ChatGPT stuff. I quickly read your post on Discord too, by the way. Thanks very much. I will share with you what I did. I ran into a roadblock with Apple Notes not being accessible. Now, can I do... I wanted to do a power shard. I could do the summer sloop. And then get all my power shards, or my slugs. This is blue power slug. And it'll give me double the power shards. And then I just had to turn it on. Don't know if I have more here. Oh, I do. We've got those there too. I should put... I wonder why those are in there. Do we need those for something? Yeah, we haven't unlocked turbo fuel yet. I need to do that with a hard drive. So I need 2 hard drives for that too. I think that we should just put these in Dimensional Depot. That way I always have access to them. That turned into 3. How did that turn into 3? For shortcuts on an iPhone they are? Oh, interesting. Okay. So that was probably the issue. So again, like I only skimmed the post, but if we do that and we use shortcuts, because shortcuts was part of the process. That was how I was going to trigger the whole thing, was to use a shortcut on the iPhone. It's silly that ChatGPT didn't tell me that Apple Notes was accessible through shortcuts. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like you're not going to learn anything going in and using ChatGPT in that way. Like, you kind of have to know what you're doing anyway, which then is like, well, why are you just not doing it on your own? You know what I mean? The whole idea behind the exercise was to see if an LLM could like guide me in the right direction, and the answer was no, which is frustrating because I was really hoping it would. I like that they have that cool ventilation with the summer sloop. It's fun. Alright, so while we're waiting for that, I think it was over here. Depends on the right prompt. Yeah, that's the thing. But I feel like if you know how to write the prompt exactly how it should be, then you no longer need to ask the model, right? Like, if you know how to write the prompt, then just do the thing. All right, so we are going to attempt to sort out some of this main bus nonsense. I've got 28 lines, and I think I should probably just have one awesome sync per line. So we need 14 of these, and these take up at least 2. Yep, they take up 2 spaces. 2 by 2. And am I okay with where they are currently? I'm going to move them. I wouldn't mind having them in a permanent position. So we'll skip the first one and we'll start with that one, I think, for now. And if each of these only has to be kind of like on its own, then we should be good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then if I just did it across the way, I feel like I could get away with maybe, instead of 28, if I did 24, I could probably get away with that. And I want this to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So we'll start here. Skip the first one, start with the next one. Six. So they're not going to be lined up because they're asymmetrical, but that should allow us to have all the lines coming through here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I missed a sub during a break. Dan, thanks very much. It was also from Dan. Thanks very much, Dan. Appreciate the heads up. And thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. Sorry, I think I did see that, but I just got distracted. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It may not have to be this wide, but it'll do for now. Okay, so the first ones to get pulled off should probably be the bottom ones. That makes sense, right? So then we'll just do something like that. Hopefully this will work. Really strange that straight doesn't do that, but whatever. Oh, I guess we could pull off from the side too, couldn't we? So 1, 2. About 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish they gave us like an indicator on how wide those were. And then this is going to go up 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I could just line up with this, couldn't I? so that's that 3 there done. And then we just have to connect up these. And this will eliminate any... Oh, we're going to crash the game. I'm going to crash my whole computer. Nope, just the game. That's annoying. We are running into this a fair bit with the experimental branch. I'd say about once a stream, once every other stream. Really annoying. Yeah, we're what, 2 weeks into experimental? I was hoping there was going to be a Tuesday patch today. Did anybody watch the dev stream from Satisfactory today? I didn't catch it, so I don't know whether they're working on anything. I find it really frustrating that some of the bugs that we're experiencing that are 1.0 bugs were not addressed in the 1.1 patch. Like efficiency bugs where machines are not doing the things that they're supposed to be doing. That to me is like... It makes it very hard to double and triple check things. Well, we only lost 5 minutes. That's okay. There's a client crash condition if you place a buffer stop on a station whilst the Pioneer is inside the station. If you're outside the station, it doesn't happen. Well, that's not what I was doing. I was talking about like efficiency bugs, like the bugs that are a problem with our assemblers. All right, that little thing's gonna drive me nuts. I was just building Simrian. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm not using the buffer stops anyway. Xeno Basher. They have new noises, I think. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we lucked out there. Thank you.
You currently have up on screen.
Sorry about that. Right, you didn't miss anything. 3, 4, 5, 6. Appreciate that, Sandy. That's why that exists. So now I just need to power all this stuff. So it's almost like we're going to have another trench at the back. It's the garbage trench. That is going down. I knew that wasn't going to fit. You got something right this stream? You get stuff right all the time, Sandy. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Stop it. There. Need more. Oh, look, a convenient entrance that I made earlier. Now we'll see if I can time this right coming back down. 600 stations. Wow. That's a lot of trains. I would love to do like a full train build world. That would be really fun. That may still be part of it. I like the hover train idea that we've got going on here. I think that that's... I don't know if it's entirely unique, but it's certainly been fun to do. I haven't seen it a lot. Oh yeah, lots of time to pick the exit, right? Sweet. What's going on there? Oh, that's supposed to be straight. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll deal with 10, 11, 12 differently. But we'll do these first. And I guess the easiest way to hook these up is you need to power them from behind. You know his trains? Nice. I don't know if I've had too many issues with the trains. I feel like I've got them pretty much sorted. had an overflow issue, but that was not, that was an overflow issue, not a train issue, not a throughput issue. Wow. Oh yeah, I remember our trains got messed up. We had trains jumping tracks when I first started this. I think, you know, for the sake of ease, I'm just going to do a beam. I'm just going to have a beam. Do I want to do a connector? Yeah. I was close. This would not, at all, stand up in real life. We're just going to do this. That actually worked out pretty well. And we do apparently have power coming in over this way somewhere. Let's maybe take it from here. Get all these hooked up. What do these actually cost in terms of power? Do we know? $30 megawatts, that's nothing. That's fine. Now we should be able to hook up at least verse 9. I believe it's in part related to the back of a train flipping over to another rail when crossing a junction. 100%. Yeah, I have experienced that. So now we'll experiment with this one. We should just be able to quickly grab this and send it to there. But I have to change this because it's not supposed to go down. that going up? It's going up. So now, rather than having these all combine on, like, there's 28 belts coming in, getting squished down to 12. So now we're going to have one awesome sync for each of our belts, which is going to be great. -2 just because we didn't have any room. So that's that sorted. Double check that this is all straight before I do anything with it. Looks like yes. So now we can start going across. Oh, I'm hooking up the wrong ones. That's all right. We can redo this later. That's 6 hooked up. And then we'll do 9 here. This will keep things flowing as we need to fix the rest of the stuff. And this doesn't even have an input. That's going away. And did I do these right? No. So that should all be all of these turned off. Yep. Still can't join the Discord. When I click to join, the error on entry is missing access. That's odd, Simrian. I don't know what to tell you other than to double check. Have you tried disconnecting and reconnecting your Twitch and Discord accounts? Because that's, I mean, that's a Twitch thing. I don't have any control over that. There's a Twitch bot in my Discord that brings people in. Let me just look. Let's quickly check the users. Server settings. Are you kidding? I can't search for a user? I really can't stand the pop-ups on Discord these days. They get in the way of absolutely everything. Yeah, you're not there. I'm not tried disconnecting as I have other services connected. I don't want to mess those up. How would disconnecting... Oh, you mean like other chat rooms? Like other channels? Yeah, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do as far as I know. Let me know if there is, but I feel like that's a Twitch Discord issue. I've not had any problems. We had someone join just the other day. When's the last time someone came in? Well, okay, so it was Marshall came in on the 29th of March. That was the last Twitch sub to come in. Yeah, having too many mergers and splitters on your lines slows them down. There's definitely some sort of lag that happens with that stuff. Oh, we're not connected on the bottom here. Hope we don't have to redo this. This part I might have to, but I don't know. I feel like this should be okay. Eventually this stuff is going to run up into a storage room, but for now we just have to kind of keep it all moving. And I should be able to squeeze in the last two right here on the end. Now, what is going on there? It should be fine. Now this is probably not going to yeah, right. That comes up short. Do that. Right, because this one is a mirror, so it's going to be just to the other side of it. Makes sense. Deja vu when I had to set up the main bus. This side is actually easier. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What am I missing? Did I not? Did I not do this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh. I forgot. It goes one higher. I've got 3 and it's 4 tall. The main bus is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. How do I fix that? I guess I could use the ground. I could always use the ground. I didn't want to. So the idea was gonna be to have 3 more here and then combine these 3 into just 2 at the end, or have 3 at the end. But not do that. So the issue here was that we were going to, I think, remove these ramps. Yeah, there's the main bus up here. It's taller than I thought. Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, we could take it down. That's fine. Like, as in lower it. Essentially, I'm going to need another layer at that spot. If I want to completely mirror it, then that's what I need to do. And that's fine. This one will just need to go onto that one there. However, I was not anticipating this. Oh no, wait a minute. I wanted this. The roof here is going to be up here. It could be cool to have this be open, so you could watch everything gonna go into the garbage. And I think that this should cover that up. It's okay. It'll still work out 1-to-1, sort of. Yeah, I think I'm going to need this space to pull things off of. So I should probably just extend this. I feel like it's every 6 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right there. Actually here. Oh, and then here we can just start turning things. 1, 2, 3. And I believe this is just covering up rocks and stuff. Snuggly Boo Bear, hello, how's it going? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And this I think is just because of what's next door. Yeah. Or is it that? Oh, it's that. Does anybody know if I can get rid of these now? Survey says no. Cannot explode it. Seriously? Well, that's annoying. So that's why that's there. Maybe we can do a little half and half. Nope. It's kind of where we are for now. So the good news is that all of these should connect to that. I feel like I might want to back this up by one foundation though. Love the spawn chunks from yesterday. Thank you very much. I thought that was a good conversation with Pix and I. We tend to have a really good balance when we like, even if there's something about the game or something about like the Minecraft movie that we didn't like, we wanted to make sure that we weren't going to slam it too hard because we've got a lot of younger listeners that would absolutely love that movie. And we don't want to like make them feel like their enjoyment of it is any kind of in any way diminished, you know? So that's why we wanted to make sure that we were critical, but not like dismissive, I guess is the best way to say it. Right. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 28. So if we go all the way down to the end here, this should also be 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Okay. So that these guys, I've got to connect to those, and we're going to have to scroll them, I think, through some of this. It's going to be awkward. Really awkward. I should move this pipe, is what I should do. Straight pipes, what I want. Why is it giving me a crooked thing? That's annoying. Yeah, that's dumb. That should hook it back up. Yep. I love that you both had good expectations around the movie, including the kiddo factor. Oh yeah, no, I think so too. Got in. Oh good, Simran, that's great. Went through the connection process again for joining Discord to the Twitch accounts. No disconnect. I believe the issue was a cached multi-factor authentication code expired. Ah. The good old, we have too many ways to access stuff. And when one of those ways fails, we have no way of telling whether or not it was functional. All right, I'm going to remove all of these and we're going to go higher. I'm going to lose the light here in a second, but I want to finish this up, so I'm going to play through the darkness. Just so I know what I'm doing. So we've got to connect top to top and go around the corner here. So how far away is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not going to work. We should start with I guess the early ones. Right, so for these, we're going to have to do ceiling things. That's going to go in the middle. Man, straight build mode. The lifesaver. This would be so difficult 6 months ago. So that's the plan, is to have, each individual line go down here to each individual thing. So you'll see on the left-hand side here, we have to add another one. So I need to add another row here. And then this is hooked up to the wrong spot. We're going to do batches of 4 instead of batches of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if we're going to keep these dividers, but they're going to help us for now while we're making all this stuff. I should be done with that column now. So then these are just going to be wrong here. Right, so then this is going to change. One, two, three, 4, and then we just have to add the 4th back here. SweetSandi, thanks ever so much. I really appreciate the mod help today. I definitely would have had something up on the screen had it not been for you, so thank you very much. Oh, that one's too high. And that's too low. Again, I really wish they gave us numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so then we need one more of these columns. this just goes in like this. Oh, wrong one. I definitely do that a lot. No, 4 higher. Right. And that's the end. I'm done. I am no longer willing to redo things. I need to go anyway. Folks, thanks so much for hanging out. We are unfortunately dealing with some crashes with Experimental, so I'm going to redo that off stream and send you along to somebody else playing Satisfactory. I need to get to the gym anyway. Where are we sending y'all? Let's go and find out. If not Satisfactory, I will send you to someone playing Minecraft. Let's raid Exuma Void. Hermitcraft and Snapshot Testing. I think you'll have a good time over with X. I will have to raid and run, so give X my best. Do tune in tomorrow, 1 o'clock Atlantic, UTC minus 4 hours for probably more Satisfactory. I may also be updating the Citadel this week, at which point we'll be moving on with Westhill, my 4-year-old medieval town build. So lots going on the channel. Do follow me on social media, Joel Duggan, very easy to find, and Joel Duggan on Twitch, of course. And don't forget to check out the VODs, Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube, and Patreon. All of it is linked at joelduggan.com. I really appreciate all the support. Thanks for the modding help. Sandy, I know you're gone to bed. And thanks for picking up the slack here at the end of the stream for the modding. Cosmic, really appreciate it. Lucid Wolf, good to see you. Simrian, I'm glad you got into the Discord. And we'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye for now.